That camera is for the purpose of your what is the by passenger lock. So you're gonna put all this conversation in there.
What the hell did you do to him, man?
I did nothing. The pavement was his enemy.
Okay, few things. First off, that joke I made about monetization money and making money off episode 1 was just that. It was a joke. I don't actually make any money off this. I try to create this notion or perception that no one watches these, which is partially true. And that's fine. I'm fine with that. I just really need something to do. So, secondly, I cut my own hair last night. This is the first time I've ever done this, and I think I did a pretty good job. If I didn't, it doesn't really matter. I don't really care. And third, I'm trying to do this new cool thing where I'm going to create like a visual aid or like a map so I can like draw out routes or like the places I go to on the deliveries and explain why I'm going there and what routes I take and why I'm doing that. So I'm going to make a map. Pretty hard to get lost in Manhattan. There's 11 or so avenues that travel north and south, and there's 100+ streets that travel east and west before you start getting into Harlem. Navigating it though on bike is a different story. I got a pickup on 34th Street and 8th Avenue, and it's going to 64th Street and around 4th Avenue between Park Avenue and Lexington. So I could take 8th Avenue straight up and take 64th over. Besides the fact that I'd run into like Columbus Circle or Central Park up there, I'd be going straight through Times Square. So on a bike, usually you don't want to be doing that. So what about taking 34th Street all the way over to like 4th Avenue or Park Avenue and then taking Park Avenue straight up? I could do that. But then Park Avenue breaks, or like splits up at like 42nd Street. That's where Grand Central Station or the MetLife building is at. And generally on a bike you don't want to be going in that direction either. So what I'm going to do is take 34th Street all the way over, overshoot it by 1 block over to 3rd Avenue, take 3rd straight up to 64th, and then backtrack a block or two to Park Avenue. Should be the fastest route.
I did nothing. The pavement was his enemy.
Hey man, there you are. For sure, have a good one.
Now generally, I want to stay away from downtown or the financial district or the Wall Street part of Manhattan on my bike. Mainly because half the streets are all bricks, so it makes it impossible to navigate on your bike. Also, it makes no sense. It doesn't have the grid-like pattern like the rest of Manhattan. And half the streets end up in dead ends. So staying away from there is usually a good idea. I just got a pickup in. It looks like I'm picking up a Polaroid camera with 2 packs of film and a set of tweezers from Urban Outfitters.
Okay.
How many do you need?
2. Thank you much, man. Have a good one.
All right, I'm taking this Polaroid camera down to the East Village, down southeast. And whenever you get the chance, or whenever I get the chance, I'd like to try to take Broadway, because Broadway is one of the few streets that actually travels diagonally through the city. Look what's happening over here. Let's check it out.
How can you do this? It's cold. Baby, it's cold outside.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Some Christmas Macy's bullshit.
Hey there. Yeah, thank you very much. Mint or fruit jewel pods. 1 pack.
Go down 2 buildings, so a smaller blank building with white on each building.
Okay.
And you might have it.
Okay, thank you very much, dude. They're out of the jewel pods. He gave me a suggestion for this place down the street. I can go check and see if they got, if you wanted to. Otherwise, I can go check. Yeah, I'll go check there and I'll give you a call back. If anything, they said they'll get them tomorrow. So, all right.
They're out of jewel pods. That place, it's so smoky in there. I'm gonna go try this place down the street though that the guy suggested.
Yo. Thank you, man.
My cheap brake line broke on the way over here. And I originally didn't have brakes on this bike, but I installed them because my knees were kind of hurting. And I heard it would be less detrimental to my legs and knees if I used brakes to brake instead of the pedals. But it's not really helping. And I raised my seat, so my knees haven't been hurting anyway. I'm gonna get rid of this brake. Oh, this bike feels so good without brakes again. You know how I was saying that I don't usually like to take deliveries that go downtown? Well, I got one that's going downtown, near Wall Street. And if I do get one that's going downtown, there are these 2 greenways or sidewalks that go all the way up both the east and the west side of Manhattan. The Hudson River Greenway is the one that's on the west side, and on the east side, I don't know, it's like the East River Greenway or something. And they're nice little sidewalks that go all the way up, and you get a decent view of the city. If you're on the west side, you get to see Jersey. If you're on the east side, you get to see Brooklyn. And I guess if I have to go downtown, I don't mind taking those greenways because you get a good little sightseeing in. And it's just a good smooth ride. So, I usually like to take the Hudson River Greenway instead of the East River one,
just because it's a little bit more green and parky, I suppose. On the east side, it's more bridges and cement and kind of industrial. At least on the like the lower half of Manhattan it is. Once you get further north, they get really beautiful. So yeah, I'm taking the Hudson River Greenway downtown. Jersey doesn't look too bad from here.